Hi, I'm PK for SIDECAR, and today Dr. Nathan Unruh and I are going to encourage you in cleaning. Now, this is something that I've been doing a lot of minimizing of stuff. Really important on so many levels. So we're entitling this Clean Your Space, and let's talk about why this is so important.
Well, let me ask you, PK, how do you feel when you start cleaning those things up?
Awesome. I feel lighter. I feel less like this stuff is hanging over my head, you know? Mm-hmm. Sometimes stuff can really, I think, be a huge distraction and it weighs you down.
So what do you think it gets in the way of you being able to do?
Be productive.
Be productive. Isn't that amazing? We can only do so much. And when we have so much sitting in front of our face, it's very difficult to be what we've talked about in the past, what George McGowan talks about, to become an essentialist, to focus on the vital few and remove the trivial many. Well, if the trivial many can represent lots of different things, can it?
Right.
It may be the messy garage. It may be the junk closet that never gets attention. It may be some clothes that we need to throw out of our closet that we haven't worn
10 years.
Oh, yeah. Or how about your inbox?
Ouch. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Your emails that continue to pile up. And we think that we're going to need it. It's like that show Hoarding.
Yeah.
The hoarders. If you watch those people in those shows, or if we know even our own behaviors, when we start accumulating and never deleting, our lives fill up and we diminish our ability to be productive, to have more impact. We're holding on to everything in the past versus cleaning and shedding and allowing greater opportunities for in the future.
One of the phrases that comes to mind was an author who talked about being nimble, that you can be nimble and you can be ready to go. And I find it real hard to be nimble and productive when I have all this stuff. Being a minimalist is a real big thing right now. I mean, there's companies and huge YouTube followings and that sort of thing on how do you become a minimalist. Now, we're not saying you have to live in a one-room place with nothing.
Yeah.
That's not the point. But it's make sure, I think, the stuff that you have is all helping you, right?
The idea of being nimble. I mean, if you have a 150-pound backpack full of stuff, full of rocks, you can't become very nimble. Mm-hmm. You know, we've used the analogy in the past, too. If you're treading water and you have a backpack on your back and there's rocks in that backpack, you got to start removing some rocks so you can get your head above the water. This idea of cleaning your space is about cleaning your physical space, your closets, your email, your office, your car, but also your mind. You know, clean up your past. Success is always about shedding. It's rarely about adding. Remove the distractions, because all that stuff is more distractions. Bring in tomorrow by removing some of the garbage from the past.
How about an attitude? Can you clean up your attitude?
Zig Ziglar says, we all need a checkup from the neck up every single day. And so therefore, what's going in your head? And remove some of the garbage going into your head. Again, clean your space. The people you're around, those are all things that need to clean up in order to have more impact and fulfillment.
And then again, how does it feel once that's kind of accomplished? I mean, this is an ongoing process. It's like training. Oh, I trained, I'm done.
Right.
No, you don't do that. It's a continual learning process.
Agreed.
So you can be cleaning out stuff, whether it's physical or emotional or mental.
Yes.
But it's a continual process, isn't it?
Every single day. And I think we got to constantly be thinking about keep your space clean.
So what are some great ways that we can give everybody tips on how to do that? Because sometimes that's overwhelming too. You can't even get started.
Yeah, I think the key is get started. Once you start getting things done one at a time, you start getting some wins, the dopamine sets in and you want some more wins. Again, start small. Go clean a closet. Go clean your car. Empty out your inbox and your emails.
That one might take a while.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You don't need to read them all. If you haven't looked at them in 6 months, you're not going to look at them. You don't need to look at them. Delete.
If they're coupons from Overstock and Amazon that you're saving from January, I think you're okay to let them go.
Yeah, let it go.
Another part that I've really tried to take a hard line on is unsubscribing. Everybody has great things to read, you know, and great leadership things. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I really want to be part of this. I want to read this. And you'll have these weekly digests or daily thoughts or whatever. I give myself 3 strikes and you're out. If I get it 3 times and I haven't taken the time to read it, I unsubscribe.
It's a great idea.
Otherwise, you've got all this stuff. It's like wading through peanut butter to get through all of this stuff. Yeah. And then you get attached to it like, oh, but I still really want to read it.
Yeah, you never do.
3 strikes, delete it, unsubscribe, clean it up.
So I just start small, but everything. Then take a hard look at the hard areas. The hard areas are the people you're hanging out with. The hard areas is what you allow them to go inside your head. The hard areas are the people you need to forgive that you haven't forgiven. This idea of clean your space is all about every aspect of your life. Start small and just don't stop.